Good morning, Cowboy Jim. Hey, what have you thought about? Oh, jeez. Boy, I tell you, a little laptop sure interrupts what you're trying to do. And they seem to have the belief that quite possibly what they're trying to do in interrupting you is possibly a whole lot more important than what you're saying or doing. Well, who knows? Hey, I got up last night during the night, and I'm telling you, I just had a real hard time sleeping, and that doesn't happen to me very often. But when it does, I know it's because my mentor, who is my Lord, my Creator, the Creator of this whole universe, actually, uh, we're on speaking terms. Get that, eh? Oh, gee. I figured for some time that God's just flat out bored. But then the intricacy and, oh, the complexity and, oh, words that we can't even, haven't even been made yet, uh, that, that could be used to try to describe what and who God is, but, oh, they fall short. Everything falls short. Um, I said something to the Lord one day. I said, if you do this, I'll do this. Oh, he said, oh, isn't this good? The created is saying to the creator, no, that does not work out well, children. Let me tell you. Well, neither does my ability to work with hair. And but I have enough to work with. Thank God it's still attached. Oh, geez, ever a day when it was purple and black, and I thought, oh, gee, well, yep, gonna be bald. Oh, thank God that didn't happen. Oh, you may be hard pressed to remember what I looked like under this beard, but it wasn't good, and a number of things I've been in, and it takes a handsome man to be able to go without hair. I mean, skull better be kind of uniform. Should ought to be somewhat similar on either side. Oh, anyways, I sat out on the deck having my morning sabbatical, otherwise known as 3 cigarettes in a row, and checked the sky out and looked for my friend Magpie. Well, he comes by every day, but it's kind of hard to look at one magpie and know whether or not it's the same one as yesterday, the day before, and so on. Well, they may rotate the pain of having to listen to me, and they could. And I just want to tell you a magpie story, and a lot of people don't understand. Oh, geez, we're off on a. I'm following my father, and I worked with a man many years ago. Oh, it could be 30. Yep, well, it might only be 27 and a half. And uh, I'm not sure how this ever happened, but every now and again, almost every day, someone would say, "Rev, how you doing?" And I'd watch her eyes, and I never once saw disrespect. That's Ross Campbell's fault down there in Didsbury. He is a plumber, and he is the first person to call me Rev. And I always wondered about that. I thought, why would he be doing that? And it come to me one day, and I'm not sure if Ross said it. I believe I purported that he had, but I don't know if he had. Um, but it seemed to me like perhaps Ross called me Rev because I possibly was the only Rev that he was ever going to get to talk to, and he didn't like church, and I no longer like church. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing right about it, unless the people follow Scripture. Then everything's right. You know, I used to say when I was younger, I was a bit brighter back then, and I used to say, you know, if Jesus Christ walked in the back door of the average church and sat down, there'd be some deacon somewhere, or some preacher up at the front might just call him out and say, "Hey, this is church. Uh, you think you belong here?" I just had breakfast, homemade turkey soup. I say that I very nearly can throw up. You know, there are good churches in this world. There are good religions. Uh, Churches mostly made by man, construction wise, definitely. Um, Religions interpret the Bible, formulate systematic approaches to how you, no matter who you are, should approach God. And boy, I still don't feel like I'm going to hold this breakfast down. And I just think, you know, we're sure going to be ashamed one day when we stand before God. I won't be standing. I'll be laying on my face. A dear friend said something about, well, a good man. I'm telling you, a good man. Rewards and so on he was talking about. My greatest reward in my life has been to get to know God, not the God of the church or the denomination, but the God of my old King James Bible. It's not the only Bible. It's one. Actually, you should probably have about 3 or 4, I guess, and read them and compare and get the consensus from both. All 3, 4. That man so many years ago, that's before I took that turn. It said, Rev, turn here. And that man said to me, he said, Jim, I'm an agnostic. And I said, well, I don't really know what that means. And he said, well, I believe in something. I'm just not sure what it is yet. Well, that's actually not a true interpretation of the word atheist. An agnostic actually is an atheist. One of the best atheists I ever met, named Daryl from Airdrie, IQ of 144, the most respectful, pleasant, honest, I believe honest, never saw any evidence to change my opinion about that. And he was one of the guys that sat on a bus one night when another young man by the name of Martin said, "Jim, you're pretty old." I said, "Son, you're pretty observant." And he said, "You must have a lot of stories." And I said, I do. And I said, "Problem is, they're all about God." Well, a few about me, a few about mountain lions and stuff like that are trying to kill you. Oh, Jay. Oh, my. Oh. Boy, I sure like adrenaline, let me tell you that. Martin said, "Would you please tell us a story?" I said, "No, I won't." I said, "I can't." I said, not unless every person on this bus, we were all waiting for the weather to clear a bit so we could go to work and run a haul truck. I said, not unless there's a consensus in this bus, and it must needs be this. I said, "I'll talk to you about God, tell you." I said, "I've quite a few stories." Well, I guess I was coming to the place in life where possibly I was getting ready to admit that I wasn't young anymore. And he said, "Would it be all right with everyone if Jim were to tell us a story about God?" Martin, he's from Newfoundland. Oh, hey. You ever meet a handsome young man? He used to be a captain on one of his dad's rather large fishing boats out on the ocean. Perfect storm, that sort of. Oh, gee, that's not my cup of tea, because I don't like tea. Almost bought some yesterday. But I don't know, perhaps I might one day have a guest that might drink that crap. Everyone on that bus gave me individual permission. And I come to Daryl. Daryl and I, we'd had some good talks. They were talks, respectful. I respect people until they prove they're not worthy of it. And I'll tell you, Daryl was worthy of every shred and ounce of my respect. Another man on there named Pierre spoke Parisian French, grew up in Belgium. And Daryl, IQ 144, Airdrie. He was a crane operator and he was slumming, running truck with us. There was a reason for that. God wanted me to talk to him. I knew that probably the first day. And Pierre Etienne and Martin, those were the people that jumped out in my mind. And boy, I'll tell you, I choose to believe in God. But I have good friends who are atheists. And I don't know if Daryl's still an atheist or not. I kind of hope not. I kind of hope that he maybe listened to the old Irishman and didn't just listen to the words, listen to the heart. Oh, hey, it's not out of the question. My brother Daryl. Oh, I know Pierre. Oh, I knew that man had a friendship with God the very first time I talked to that boy. And oh, this is going to be disjointed because I'm going to break this sucker right now. I pulled into Get Loaded one night, and a wonderful super up there in the north, further north than here, in Fort Mac, and he said, "Jim?" I said, yes, sir." He said, "I want you to come in on the west side of that pile, and I want you to back in there on the east side and get loaded." Well, there are no mountains up here. Well, there's sure no mountains up there either. That fort just a bit north of us. Well, there are hills. Oh, there weren't mountains. And I pulled in and I thought, I don't know east from west here. Well, that's because I didn't know north from south. And, I knew north when the northern lights were turned on, but they weren't turned on that night. So I pulled in, and I ended up right where the hoe was. And I mean, I'm pretty sure. Oh, dear Lord, we weren't dumping. Well, we could have been dumping, who knows. Gee whiz, 4 years. It's a long time when you live an exciting life, fast-paced. Adam, my super. He said, Jim? I said, yes, sir. He said, can you tell me why? Well, I had figured, listen, there's a 50-50 chance I'm going to be right. Well, I knew there was a 50-50 chance I was going to be wrong. Well, I was wrong. Adam says, why'd you do everything that I told you totally backwards? I said, my brother? He said, yes. I said, it's a family thing. He said, what? I said, yeah. I said, the whole family, well, we're all just a little backwards. Pierre Etienne, when he hears this, he's going, oh, I hope he's not drinking coffee. I hope that boy's not drinking coffee, because he was drinking coffee when I answered Adam. And Pierre blew a rather large, apparently I wasn't there, he's in his own truck. I was running my truck in the wrong direction, evidently. And Pierre said, he didn't say it right away, but afterward he said, Jim, he said, I blew coffee over the whole inside of my truck window. Children, oh, my God is so kind to me. He takes me through a lifetime of memories, and he just shows me his love and his kindness and his joy and his peace. So I'm going to quit this now. 1815. Well, 1857 was the year that my ancestors, my great-granddad and his lady walked 7 miles down to Warren Point, got on a coffin ship, and they all made it. And in itself was almost a miracle. 1 out of every 3 people were thrown overboard dead. Times were tough, children. Times are tough now. Oh, they're not tough like your life's in the balance, but children, your life is in the balance. And you are the only one who can secure your life in order to give it some meaning, purpose. Purpose. God bless you. Still haven't learned how to tell east from west up here where there are no mountains. Going to give you a guideline. God bless. Hey, God bless you.